Yes, very good evening to one and all. This is L. Ramesh, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Anurag Engineering College, Kodada. Today we have to discuss the Module 1 belongs to a analysis of automated flow line. In previous module, we have to discuss basic introduction of the automated and what is the role for that particular automation and what are the types of automations we have to consider and what is the main role for each automations we have to use it in present scenario. That concept you have to discuss it in previous module 1. Next, coming to the here module 2, analysis of automated flow line. In this particular analysis of automated flow line, we are consider a specific topics belongs to a assembling system, that's considered as a automated assembling system. So here what is mean by initially assembling system we are used in automation. See here, the main role for assembling system is considered as we are doing the individual part or we are manufacturing the individual part by using the automation equipment. That individual part we can create the new entity of the object to assemble the all elements to assembling a new product, that's considered as a assembling system. To assemble the various product or various elements to create the one new entity object by using the different methods we have to use it. Generally, as per our module 2, we are considering the three types of assembling system. First one, we are taking the manual single station assembly. Second one, manual assembly lines. Third one, automated assembling system. What is the major role for entire these three types of assembling systems we have to discuss today now. These are the measures method assembly system we are considering as a automation. So we are taking the first one. See here, first one, manual single station. What's happened in this particular manual single station? See here, only single workplace should be considered by using the single workstation to assembling the part object by a sequence manner, that's considered as a manual single station. Here there is no need to operating the machine, there is no need to operating the entire man machine. This will be considered as a manual single station, but here main role is only one station should be considered. Here stations means where the work is process. That work process may be considered as a assembling of individual elements to get the new entity. That is the main role. In this way, in manual single stations, we are considering single workplace to accomplish the product or some measure subassembly of the products. Generally, this type of manual single stations we have to use it on a product that is complex and produced in small quantities. We are getting the complex structures means measure of the elements and major number of elements we are considering, but small quantities, those entire quantities elements to create the new entity of the object. That small quantity belongs to a size of the product and their product rate to get that particular assembling system, and it can be provide the exactly new entity by using the number of elements. That concept you have to taking related to this manual single station. And such a generally basically we are considering in manual workstations, machine tools, industrial equipments, aircraft, ships and complex consumer products. These are the generally we are considering these type of related to machine tool, industrial equipment, aircrafts and ships elements is then those elements, number of elements we have to uh, using this particular manual single stations. You can go to the mechanical tools, maybe consider as generally step cutting, taper cutting, threading, reaming. All these concept we have to by using related to machine tool operations. And industrial equipments we are considering as a number of equipments we are taking that related to industry, and some of the aircraft bodies and element, ships related elements, those entire elements we are using that particular one, we are create that manual workstations. This is the main role for a manual single station. See here, this is the exactly uh, line diagram for that particular manual single station. Here we are considering basic example. See here, this is the basic example for a manual single assembly system. So in this particular system, we are considering as this belongs to a Geneva indexing mechanism. By using this particular mechanism, we can assembling the product one by one in a sequence manner. In this particular Geneva plate, this will be called as a Geneva plate. See, this will be called as generally, this is called as a Geneva plate. In this particular plate, we are arranged the number of slots. Each slots may be considered as a assembling of the product. Here one sequence by sequence operation should be considered. This is the, for example, you can take Geneva plate, and each plate we are considering as number of slots. These are called as a slots, may be used as a 6 slots or 8 slots or 12 slots based on the our requirement. In this particular slots, each slot should be considered assembling of the elements. Once we are getting the one product assembled at first workstation, after assembling it will be transferred into the next assembling system. Once in next assembly, second assembly system, one more element should be added here. After adding that particular elements, we can transfer into the third one. This process should be considered as a one sequence manner should be observed. And this particular rotations belongs to a one vertical column. This will be called as a vertical columns. In this particular vertical columns, it will be exactly fixed Geneva plate, and these are the assembling of the product. Okay, these are the view. This entire works based on the sum of mechanical codes. Those belongs to a G codes and M codes. With help of G codes and M codes, we can operating that entire system. These systems belongs to a Geneva indexing mechanism, and it can be provide the assembling of product one by one after end of the stations, end of the workstations, and the entire total product it will be going to assembling now. Okay, that is the view related to in this particular one. This is the one vertical column, and horizontal table should be considered. This is the one category of manual single station assembling view. And the next one we are considering related to same view. All workstations operating belongs to a G codes and M codes related by using that particular one. Based on the space, we are arrange some of the equipment positions at industry. These are the concept belongs to a manual single stations. Next we can transfer into the second one. that's considered as a manual assembly line. In this particular manual assembling line, it consists of a multiple workstations in which assembly works is accomplished as the product is passed from station to station along the line. In initially we are considering passing the material on circumference view. But in this particular assembling system, the arrangement of workstations in a sequence manner along a straight line, that's called as a configuration of system. The system configurations may be used in different directions. Here we are consider the system configuration for a manual assembling system along the line. This is the view related to in this particular one. See here, we are considering this is the manual assembly line diagrams. See, in this particular diagram, we are considering, see, this white color indications belongs to a individual element. Those elements transfer into the exactly one sequence manner. That's by using the again some of the conveyors. Those are different conveyors we have to choosing, but conveyors we can transfer the material exactly from one sequence view. Okay, one by one it will be transferring. Then these are belongs to a workstation should be observed. Assembling system, there should be considered assembling of these single elements to create the new entity, but arrangement of this particular one is along a straight line. This belongs to a manual assembly line. This is the view related to manual assembly system. Next, third category is we are taking the automated assembly systems. You know very well regarding to automated assembly system. Here, why we are choosing that particular entire automated means to minimize the labor cost and to reduce the assembling system time and to get the accurate assembling of the product. That concept we have to use it by in this particular automated assembly system. There is no need exactly manpower. This is completely depends on a machinery. Those machinery belongs to a automation that works considered as different softwares. Okay, these are the flow line regarding to a automated assembly system. See here, we are taking the each workstation. These are considered as a one of the assembly system. Next one, this will be one more assembling system. Third one assembly systems. Fourth, just like that. In a sequence manner should be considered here. So once we have to the one of the elements, it will be enter into this workstation. Again, one more elements are there here. Those two elements to be assembled here. After assembling of that product, we can attach the third part of element. So by using the next, it will be transferred through the different mode of conveyors. After transferring in this particular station, again one more element should be added here. Once adding these particular elements, we can transfer into the next category. Just like that, entire workstations it will be going to transfer and assembling of each component. Finally, end of the one entity should be observed. That's considered as a automated assembly system. After assembly system, we can go to the inspections and checking purpose accurate assembling are there or not. By using the different mode, we can identify it or we can check the problems, then rectifies. We can to release in market situations. Those are belongs to a assembly system. Okay, these are the concept regarding to three different methods we are considering related to assembling system, and why we are choosing those assembling system. Generally demands for the product in high or medium, once we have to heavy demand is there, at that time definitely automations we are considering. The product made on the line are identical or similar, that may be considered as assembling similar may be observed, or different product should be assembled here. That entire concept it will be available regarding to in this particular manual workstations. And the total work required to assemble the product can be divided into small work elements. It is a technologically impossible or economically infeasible to automate the assembly operations. Okay, these are the view related to we are considering choosing the automation.